Coach, you're used to rain all the time over there in Orlando. It is a much less frequent occurrence here, yet wet weather squarely in the forecast this afternoon in Santa Clara, California at Levi's Stadium. The scene a short time ago, this crowd, they love their 49ers, and they were in full roar as their guys burst out of the locker room, and we're ready for football as the 49ers get set to do battle with Cam Newton and the Carolina Panthers. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
Here we go. Ready? 21. Check 59, Mike. 1, Omaha. Mike to 59. Here we go. 2. Here we go.
On first down, Garoppolo.
Check 26.
Completing it to the right side, Johnson. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. 19 yards there on the catch and run.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down, executed it to perfection. Took just one play to move all the way to the 44 as they try again on first down. A first carry for the former Falcon, Tevin Coleman. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down. Well, remember, Tevin Coleman was in the two-headed backfield in Atlanta during his 4 years there, along with Devontae Freeman. Now he joins a crowded backfield in San Francisco. But in Atlanta, he played under offensive coordinator Kyle Shanahan, and then, of course, Shanahan becomes a 49er head coach, and he made it a point to go out and snag his former running back because he really likes his 26-year-old ball carrier. Garoppolo finding Goodwin, and he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. Give him 14 on that one and a first down.
When you see zone defense and you know you got a drag route on as your primary call, you got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
6 guys. Check 6 guys. Jim.
Here's Garoppolo on first and 10. And he's going to be sacked. They sack him back right at the midfield stripe. Brian Burns in there to record the second sack of his young NFL career. That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now second down and 22 yards to go.
Lock. Hey, 5-7.
To throw, it's Garoppolo. Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Johnson. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a third down.
Well, that's what you're looking for when you want to throw the ball downfield. You want one of those guys who can play out on the perimeter, can play out wide, who can not only get open, but when they're covered, can uncover themselves downfield and create catches.
12, fellas, here we go. Kill. Hey, zoom. Hey, gun. Check 40. Lock. Check 49.
Throwing is Garoppolo on third down. And that is incomplete.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
To punt it away on fourth down, here's Drew Kaiser. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. The field position game, such an overlooked facet, Charles, of an NFL game, but this offense, they're going to be pinned back. What an ideal punt.
An ideal punt, and it leads to that term complementary football, because them doing that puts their defense in a great spot, doesn't it? Gives them a chance. If they want to be aggressive, try and maybe get a safety out of this whole thing, it puts them in that position.
56, check 56. Let's go, D. It's going to be a long day, offense. It's going to be a long day.
Now a carry here for Orleans Darkwa. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down.
And that run there does nothing but juice up the guys who are moving the football. I mean, if you're an offensive lineman, people running it, actually the guy calling plays, you're almost jumping up and down in jubilation, aren't you?
Yeah, now you've got options on second down.
And big-time options. You might want to think about play action and try and get something cheap right here over the top.
And he'll be a couple yards shy of the 20 at the 18. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
All right, Brandon, I know we're in the early going here, but those kind of runs, they're going to open up a world of opportunities for this offense going forward.
Ready? Right to the 3. 56. So don't say nothing. Sit. Sit. Alert flare.
On first down, it's Newton. Rush coming, and he's taken down.
Oh, my goodness. Was that a defensive back that got to him with the pressure?
Oh, look at the former defensive back. You're all smiles up here.
I hope everybody can hear my smile on that play.
Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack. Being chased out left. And he will avoid the contact as he slides to a stop. Newton able to use those legs and get past the marker to pick up the first.
Even at the age of 30, Cam says it's just a number. Still a real threat running the football. We all know about the touchdowns, but ran for 488 yards last season. That was 4th among all NFL quarterbacks. He can still tote the mail.
56.
On first down, Newton. And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete. Adrian Colbert, he was right there in coverage.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on first down, the offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on first down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there. Nice effort to knock that one away and bring up second down.
And the Niners get there and bring him down. You know, a week ago was one of the best defensive performances I've ever seen. He had 5 sacks. Here we go again.
And he's the type of player that'll keep an offensive staff up all week trying to figure out how to slow him down. But at some point, they just have to take account of themselves and say, I've got to get bodies in front of him so he doesn't disrupt our offense totally.
So now Cam leads the Panthers up following the sack. Carolina facing 3rd and long.
Okay. 56, Mike, 56. 56 the mic. 56 is the mic.
Here's Newton. And that's knocked away and incomplete. Adrian Colbert, he was right there in coverage. So the defense able to get off the field here on 3rd down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on 3rd down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
So on 4th down, kicking it away here, Michael Pilardi. Back deep, Khalif Raymond. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. Oh, he takes it in, doesn't let it bounce. He takes it at the 2. 35 yards on the return. Picked up some good blocks as well. And the Niners will go on offense. 1st and 10. An update from a game going on in Indianapolis. The Broncos have taken the early lead. We'll keep you updated on that one as it progresses.
Here we go,
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway and hoping to do better than they did their last possession when they punted the football.
Appeal to the vanity of your offensive line. Tell them that they control your fate. Leverage guys. Win the line of scrimmage. If you do that, you start to win first down. You win second down. And guess what? You start accumulating first downs. And that's what they need in order to not punt the ball again.
Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. Line of scrimmage, again the 37 as they line up 2nd and 10.
I'm here all day. Check. 11. 24, check 24. Slam. 13. Kill. 21.
Here's Garoppolo to throw. He's going to float this one deep right side. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
What I loved about meeting with these coaches before the game is we didn't even have to ask any questions. They told us that they were going to be aggressive and push the ball downfield. They weren't successful on that play, but look for them to try it again later.
Here we go.
The threat of a second straight punt to start the game is looming as they come up 3rd and 10.
Hey, orbit. Mike's 59. He can't hang.
Working from the gun, Garoppolo. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked up by James Bradbury. And he will score. Touchdown, Panthers. Well, we know this defense has athleticism. Spots like that prove us right.
I love the way that you spotlighted the athleticism because you and I both know the best athletes on the field, they play on defense.
I don't know. I was a kicker. You got to remember that now.
Come on.
Fine. A good hold in these wet conditions. The point after is up and good, and it's now a 7-0 game. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six, and now the kick is away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. And this is a unit that, to be frank, doesn't look like they've woken up yet. I mean, a punt and a turnover on their first 2 drives.
And I think the game's starting to take shape a little bit now. And I'm going to take it into the basketball world. When you're having trouble scoring or moving the ball in basketball, what do? Get it to their best player, right? Find a matchup, create it, exploit it, and try and move the football.
And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
Hey, gun. 11. 11. Check. He's coming. Hey, alert. 13. Hey, foxtrot.
And a Garoppolo, maybe a free play.
That's a screen.
He's got the first down and more past midfield. And finally brought down at the 38. They knew they had the free play after the penalty. They get great yardage, so they can decline that penalty.
And one of the things we've seen develop more and more in recent years are teams seeing that penalty occur and still taking the big shot downfield and hoping to gain the yardage as we just saw there. They practice it, they work on it, and this time they're successful.
So the face mask, quite a blessing there as they'll start out of harm's way with a 1st and 10.
54's Mike. Check. Watch 21. Target. White. 36.
From the gun, it's Garoppolo. Pressure comes in. He's brought down. It's a Panther sack. K1 Short able to record his 5th sack of the season.
Get off the train tracks.
After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19.
Right there. Hey, wahoo! You can't rock me. You can't rock me. Flag! 52. 12, fellas. Here we go. Check 25. Check 25.
Now Garoppolo. Over the middle, and he's got Goodwin complete. Touchdown, 49ers. Marquise Goodwin hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season as they are now on the board here in the first half. Gold able to tack on the extra point, and we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. They punted last time they had it. What steps, Charles, you think they have to take to make sure they don't do that again?
Well, let's just go to the football 101, the trade expression 101. Win first down. Make 5, 6, 7 yards on first down and make it a 2nd and 3.
And he will take it across for a Panthers touchdown. Orleans Darkwa, his first touchdown on the year. And the Panthers have taken the lead. Not a whole lot to recap on that drive. Just one play, 75 yards to the house.
Yeah, it's a long way to go. And remember, rarely is it a straight line 75 yards, too. Got to have a little extra in there. So whatever the final number is, a well-deserved seat on the bench, a little oxygen if he wants it as well.
This one fielded at the 5. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. They trail a one-score deficit, 14-7, as they come up 1st and 10.
11.
Garoppolo now, first down throw. He's going to float this one deep right side. And the defense has it covered. It's intercepted. Picked off by the safety, Eric Reed.
And, Brandon, the passing game for both of these teams is going to be affected as the game goes along. It's not looking like the rain's going to let up anytime soon, so that might mean a few more wobbly passes and wide receiver slips. And this one winds up getting intercepted.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And thus far, the weather has not slowed this offense down one bit. They've looked good so far in the first half.
They certainly have. And think back to our meeting with the head coach. And we asked him because we saw the forecast for this game, didn't we? We said, hey, have you prepared for this? And he talked about the different drills that they've done in adverse conditions, the wet ball drills, things of that nature. He said, I don't think it's going to slow us down much. We tend to handle it pretty well, and he's been right.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12.
Here we go, G. Get off the field. Please.
Now Darkwa. After getting stuffed on first down, not much better there. 2-yard gain.
That didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
Look at, buddy. Right there, 56. We go. 8. 56. 50.
Throwing on 3rd down, Newton. This one complete to Curtis Samuel. And this will not get close to the first down marker as he's brought down at the 26. Just a 5-yard pickup, and it leads to 4th down. Here's Michael Pilardi now as he'll kick it away for the second time. That's taken on the 25. It's a net of 40 there, a punt of 48, and a return of 8. And that will come the offense as they take over. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And last time, one-play interception. So this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what they decide to do with play calling. Because a one-play drive where you throw an interception.
The Panther rush too strong. They get there and take him down. And a sack by one of the most consistent D linemen in the game, Gerald McCoy. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is second and long.
21. Here we go. Hey, alert! 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 12. Tight dog. Kill. Turn up. Kill.
Garoppolo looks to throw. Complete. It's Johnson. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. Give him 14 on that one and a first down.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tough for guys trying to get to the football.
Garoppolo on first down. There's the Washington Husky. It's Dante Pettis. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. Another big hitter there. This one good for 18. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on first and 10.
21. Here we go. 65.
A shotgun snap for Garoppolo. And the catch made by Johnson. And Johnson lost the football. It's loose, poked out, and it's picked up by the Panthers.
All these years we've been watching the game, I start to get the sense that whenever it rains out, those guys who have to touch the ball and carry it, they're extremely resentful about that weather.
Yeah, I'm just happy I'm not resentful that we have a roof over our heads. I know that much.
Yeah, maybe we won't fumble our play sheets here as we just saw the fumble happen on the field.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you've called before, realize it hasn't worked
so well. Go to something else.
And maybe try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
He's coming. Double up. He's coming. Double up. Watch the edge.
Throwing on second down. Newton. That's going to be caught by Samuel. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. That one good for a first down pickup of 18 yards.
First down, Carolina.
And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target for a really nice game.
A first carry for Trenton Cannon, pushing forward for 3 up to the 48. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the second quarter, 14-7. Coming up at halftime, we remind you once again that we're going to check in with Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL as we reach now, hard to believe, the halfway point of the season. Time flying.
It certainly is. Time to get the sweaters out, my man.
52's the mic right here over there, right? 52's the mic. I got you. I got us. No, check that. Who got mic 52 right here?
From just shy of midfield, Newton. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he is across midfield from 149 to the other 49, a gain of just 2.
And it's third down.
Hey, ready? 52. All you get is 52's the mic, boy. Hey! They can't hang with us. Hey, mic 52, mic 52. Oh, yeah, I'm coming. Trump. 52, mic 52. Let's go one more. Great.
Now Newton. Flush to his right. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. D Ford, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year.
That's 3 sacks now, and that's not much of a surprise to me, nor should it be to you. This team, they lead the league in sacks.
Yeah, they do. This is something that we are starting to witness time and time again. Here's Michael Pilardi now as he's on to punt for Carolina. Give him 11 yards that time on the return. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. Inside of a minute left in the half. Does the fact that you're down on the scoreboard influence what you do, or I guess don't do on this final drive?
It certainly does, but what influences me even more is who I've got running my football team out on the field.
Well, this is taken in. It's complete. Touchdown, 49ers. Marquise Goodwin, 84 yards, as they are an extra point away now from tying this football game. Well, I love watching Goodwin play. Of course, everybody knows the story of him being an Olympian. He's a long jumper, right?
Yes.
But you know that he has that athleticism, that big playability.
He certainly does, and not only was he an Olympian as a long jumper, married to a sprinter. How about that for speed in one family? And I love his end zone celebrations now. When he does go deep and beat someone for a touchdown, now he does the long jump as his celebration. Pretty cool deal.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And we're under a minute to go here in what's been an even first half, all tied up.
Yeah, still time to make something happen, too. A couple completions, just string them together. Could get into field goal range. Let's see what happens.
And how about that for just running out the clock? Now the Panthers going to use the first of their timeouts as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this first half.
And the Panther first down.
So the big play moves him all the way across midfield to the 40 now for 1st and 10.
Gun.
Newton now to throw. Flushed out right. And he'll slide down to avoid the contact. Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's 2nd down.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there. After about the 3rd one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. Four receivers in the formation here. 3 to the left, 1 to the right. 2nd and 3.
Express!
To throw is Newton. He's going to take a shot at the end zone. Why not? And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. Torrey Smith, the intended receiver. And it's 3rd and short. So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. From the right hash and call it an even 50 yards. And this is right down the middle as he puts it through. So we've hit halftime. Just a field goal separating these 2 teams at the break. As we send you cross-country to Orlando, Jonathan Coachman is there and has our EA Sports halftime report. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had the ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ball game.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
Eluding the pressure right. That'll be caught by his tight end, Ian Thomas. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. 23 yards the pickup there.
Sometimes it's designed, and sometimes you just have to know when to leave the pocket and move and make something happen. And on that play, he was able to get on the run and was still accurate throwing the football.
So from inside Niner territory now, this is 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. This is Scarlett on the carry. They find some open field here. Past the 20. A big play there for Carolina. 46 yards on the ground. Well, hello. I mean, it took him a while to get him a rep, but that's quite an introduction to this game.
And not just hello. How about goodbye to the defense as he went past him? Big-time run on his first carry of the game.
Oh, they go with a tight end carry. And he is in. Touchdown, Carolina. Ian Thomas, his first touchdown on the year. And the Panthers, they widen their lead. A 1-yard run on first down, another yard that gets them into the end zone on second down. Maybe not much for the yards per carry average, but hey, 6 points.
Yeah, bottom line is it doesn't matter there. You've got to find a way to wedge it into the end zone. Yards per carry, that's out the window. How do you score? And on the second down, they had something going. They got a yard before. They thought they could do it again, and they got it done.
And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line.
Here we go.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And their halftime hold now even deeper. And they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for...
Pressure comes in. He's brought down. It's a Panther sack. Brian Burns picks up his second sack of the afternoon.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on second down.
21.
Garoppolo. He's going to float this one deep right side. And he's going to be intercepted a third time. Picked up by James Bradbury. And they will set up shop at their own 46-yard line. That is now seven interceptions between last week and this week. 3 in this game, 4 a week ago.
And I saw the head coach write on his play sheet, make a little note. I hope he's writing self-scout. Bring in the guys that scout games for you with a different eye and watch him and see what's going on, and maybe they can pick up what the flaws are, and hopefully they can correct them.
They'll start on the ground with Cannon. A gain of 10 as they look to add on to this 10-point lead.
On any explosive run, you can almost feel the ground shaking, and that's from the offensive linemen creating space for their runners. I had an old coach tell me before, they always told his runners, run around the offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking so you don't trip and fall when it happens in a game.
Still a few inches short of a first down as they come up now on second down.
Push him back.
They'll run with Darkwan, and he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them.
Let's go, D. Let's go.
They'll run on first down with Cannon, and that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. A loss of 2 there, second down.
Anytime you call an inside running play, you just know there should be a lot of congestion there. You're counting on your offensive line to take control of the line of scrimmage. That didn't happen in this case, and that play got bottled up.
On second and 12, Newton. It's hauled in by Torrey Smith. And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers' 22-yard line. We often, with Cam Newton, talk a lot about his legs. Don't forget about that arm.
He can throw it on a rope. He can loft it. He's got the touch that's been developed throughout his career. But the big part about just watching him throw it, it seems almost effortless.
And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. A gain of 10 as they look to add on to this 10-point lead. So not quite a first down just yet as they come up on second and less than a yard. Here's Darkwan. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
You go tight. You got 8. Check three.
They'll try and run for it on first and goal. And they'll lose yardage here. They go backwards to the 13-yard line. Call that a loss of 5 yards on the play. And that'll make it second and goal.
At the 13-yard line.
Ready. Watch the block.
On the run, Darkwan. Trucks through him.
Oh, man, right through him.
And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. He picks up 7 yards there, but they're still faced with a difficult third and goal here.
Ready.
Let's go, Heavy. Heavy, what you got? What you got, Heavy? Give me some.
Gun.
Mike,
From the gun, here's Newton. Escaping the pressure, and he's got it. Touchdown, Panthers. Torrey Smith scoring a touchdown against his former mates. And the Panthers, they widen their lead.
That drive that really increased their cushion felt very military to me. Very precise, methodical. That's one of the words you've taught me. And they just got it done.
And slowly but surely now starting to pull away a little bit. Things looking good for them here in the third quarter.
Not only pulling away, but you mentioned that slowly but surely. You also drain clock, too, with a drive like that. So you really give yourself an advantage.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
The Niners take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. That one goes for 24 yards. That's a combination that 49er fans are happy to see. Garoppolo to McKinnon, and they want to see a lot of it. They didn't get to witness it at all last year. Remember, McKinnon got injured before the season began. But you think back to his final year in Minnesota in 2017, had almost 1,000 yards of total offense, a lot of those on the receiving end of things. He is definitely a weapon out of the backfield like we just saw. Throwing on first is Garoppolo. Johnson with a completion over the middle. A gain of 6 there on first.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks.
Let him know. Check 89. Shift. Watch the shift.
And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this third quarter. And that'll do it for the end of the second quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports.
Here we go. Like 20.
Here we go, D.
One, Omaha. I got you.
All day.
Hey, Woods.
Tighten up.
12, fellas, here we go.
Check 4. Alert 3.
To throw again on second down. Garoppolo. Pressure from his right, and he goes down hard, flat on his back. Brian Burns able to disrupt yet another pass play. That is his third sack of the afternoon. Around the NFL, third quarter from Foxborough. Now, you saw the score at the bottom of your screen a moment ago. We got a good one going on there. Remember to keep an eye on the ticker, of course, at the bottom of your screen for updates on that game and others around the NFL.
65. White. Go. Hey, gun. Hey, one set. Check Mike, 54.
On third and long, it's Garoppolo. He's going to fire one deep over. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by the safety, Eric Reed. And he'll get this back across the midfield stripe and down to the 47-yard line. Yet another interception, and I just had to double-check my math. But it is now 8 between last week and this week.
Well, I just used a calculator. I didn't worry about double-checking it. But the thing that always throws me when you see quarterbacks in this type of a bad spot, they're trying to figure out what they can do to change it, and sometimes they try too hard, and they never get out of it. And that's where he is right now. He's just locked in a really bad way.
Going to give this time to the tailback. And hit behind the line. He lost the football. It's loose.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. Almost like it's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get them home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover.
Hey, switch gears, switch gears. Switch.
Now on second and 16. Newton, blitz coming, and down he goes.
Brandon, more often than not, you'd say they've had his number, and we can count them up so far. 1, 2, 3, 4 sacks given up. But guess what? He's still been able to make some plays, and right now they have a lead.
So now Cam leads the Panthers up following the sack. Carolina facing 3rd and long.
Check 50, check 50.
Back to throw, Newton. On the screen, this is Cannon. And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. Well, the screen gets 7, but it's not enough, and it'll be 4th down. Instead of throwing it downfield, Charles, they just tried to dump it underneath there. You like the call?
I do. I think it's a high-percentage play because you get the completion, and what you're counting on is your back to use his legs and his elusiveness to make people miss and pick up the first down. In this case, it didn't happen.
Here's Michael Pilardi now. He's been terrific so far. And it's taken in at the 9. It'll be 37 yards there on the punt. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
Let's go, D. Big series right here. We got
1, Omaha.
Switch. Joker.
2.
He's checking.
2.
Once again, they run with Breida on 1st down. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. That really sets him back. A loss of 6. Up front, the struggles continue for this offense among the line. What can they do? Change the play calling? What?
I think part of that, yes, changing some of the play calls, some screens, some draws, some misdirection. You want to run any type of a play that will influence these guys to continue to get upfield and find a way to use that against them and slip things in behind them. So some quick passes could work as well.
11. Hey, Echo.
Check 26. Action.
12. 21.
Now on 2nd and 16. Garoppolo. Quick hitter here. It's complete. They'll get 9 there as that sets them up better for 3rd down.
Some think the teams really won't throw a slant route unless you have a receiver that has a lot of stature to him. But sometimes the little guys, they get lost in there. People can't really locate them, and they run that quick cut on the times. They can turn it into big plays.
21. Here we go.
Goodwin able to haul it in. But he's free going down the left side. It's a 49ers. Marquise Goodwin with his 3rd touchdown of the ball game, number 12 on the season. And the 49ers get a score closer. They go for just 1 here as it's up and good. And the lead is trimmed down to 10. After the kick it away. This is taken at his 4. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25.
At their own 26-yard line.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. Certainly want to avoid what they had to do last possession. That was punt the football, because this game's starting to tighten up.
In a basketball sense, you think about taking a little bit of the air out of the ball, right? Maybe milk some clock, limit the possessions. In this case, they might want to do the same thing, but control the game offensively. Put together some first downs, put together a drive, and keep it away from them.
Brings up 2nd and 2 at the 34-yard line.
So it's Panther football as we welcome you back. And no doubt what they're looking to do is just salt away the final couple of minutes and escape with a win. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line.
And this is an absolutely big third down that's been set up here, partner, and there's no other way to put it. The defense has to get a stop here if they have any hopes of winning this game.
Has to. You said big third down. I'd put the word big in capital letters here. The Panthers on third down. Just 1 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 4. Now they'll run it on the toss. And he is going to have the first down out of this crowd. Give him 6 yards, and they do convert on 3rd.
He's still rumbling, isn't he? Still looking fresh in this one despite the heavy workload. But you and I both know, well-conditioned, and he did tell us that he thrives on being at his peak late in.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. They'll run. This is Cannon. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. The Panthers have the first. It's a gain of 12.
Brandon, sometimes it just comes down to the power of suggestion, because I know exactly what they said all week long. We're coming off the open week. We'll have the fresher legs in the 4th quarter, and they will wilt when we get to that point. And right now, it appears that they're thinking that exact thing.
Yeah, offensively, they had the bye last week. Defensively, did not. Is that really a big factor? Is that more talk during the week?
I think the more that you talk about it, the more that you emphasize it, the more sometimes it comes true for your team.
And we've got a timeout. 9 seconds remaining. The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5.
Hey, tight. Sponge. No. Gun.
On 2nd down, this is Cannon. And they'll bring him down after just a short pickup. And the clock will now stop as a timeout is called with 5 seconds left. The Panthers on 3rd down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This is 3rd and 4. On 3rd down, here's Cannon. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the first. And now we'll get a timeout here. They're able to stop it with 1 second to go in this game. And with things looking pretty good on the scoreboard, they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it here on 4th.
Kill.
They'll try and run for it. Oh, no, he lost the football. Well, I know at points in this when you wanted to close your eyes because of all the points that were being put on the scoreboard. You're a defensive guy, but it was a fun little track meet, wasn't it?
It was, and you know,